kembo na yo, kembo na yo. Nalingi na mona kembo na yo. Kembo na yo. Hallelujah. Mbote bandeko. Greetings to all the Bantu family all over the world. To this person outcast of Isolele in the eastern and western hemisphere. May the spirit of Tatanzambi be with all of you wherever you are in this world. Hallelujah. I am Nabi Kefas. I welcome you to this live episode on this Samba. Yes. Unfortunately, living in the West, sometimes we have to do some work, right? So even on the Samba day, you are expected to do some work for your masters, for your company, whatever. So don't be triggered, it's just the way it is. Yeah, it's just the way it is until things change. Hallelujah. So first things first, like the video, share the video, right? Like the video, share the video. Come on. The amount of people who are watching must be the same as the likes. They cannot be 6 likes and 30 people watching, right? So like and share the video. So Katyopa is rising and no power can stop it. Yes, Katyopa is rising and no power in the world, yes, no political power, no cosmic power, no demonic power, there is no power that can stop the rise of Katyopa. Why? Because we have entered into a shift. We have entered into a shift. And that's why when you enter into a seasonal shift, you cannot stop it. Right? Can you stop the summer for coming? Can you stop winter for arriving? Can you stop spring? No. No one can stop. No one can stop the change of seasons. Yes. Because it's a law. It's a law. It's a fixed law of nature, a cosmic law. You cannot stop it. Now, we have entered into a new season spiritually, and it will begin to manifest itself more and more and more. As some of you know, you have noticed that black consciousness is growing. Yes, the black spirit, the black man is awakening. The black man, the African Bantu, the African Negro is awakening. Of course, it's not a massive or huge, or let me say, a collective awakening where all the peoples are waking up from that slumber and the hypnosis, of the religions, of the Abrahamic faiths. It's a hypnosis. Some are still sleeping, but people are waking up. Yes, because the times have changed. We have entered into a new season. So Katyopa is rising. What was shall be. Okay? The servant will become the master. Yiseka'yah, for example, in the book, in the Bible, we read the words of Jesus, the words of Yiseka'yah, when he said, if you want to be the first, in Bukongo, in Kikongo, we will say, if you want to be the head, right? If you want to be the first, can be translated as, if you want to be the head. The head signifies strength and leadership. Mutu. Mutu and Muntu are closely related. So a Muntu is supposed to be a leader, a head. That's why in the book of Deuteronomy it says you should be the head and not the tail. Yes, Muntu has to be a leader. So Yiseka'yah said in the book of Matthew, in the Gospels, if you want to be the head, the first, be a servant to all. Hallelujah. Ingeta. So he says, if you want to be the first, the head, the leader of everyone, you must be a servant to everyone. Without a shadow of a doubt, we can say that the black Negro, the Negro man, the black Bantu Negro man, we have been a servant, yes, for hundreds of years, for every nation, to the Europeans, to the Arabic nations, and even till today, with the colonized mindset of the black Negro, we are still serving as servants. Eh? And in that servitude, we build the nations of Europe and the Americas. We build those nations, okay, in the situation as servants. In that statute of servants, we build the nations. We build their kingdoms. We build their civilizations. What they boast proudly now of was built by Negro slaves, servants. You understand? Now, according to the words of Yiseka'yah, Jesus, according to his word, the servant who served everyone will be the head, will be the first. Hallelujah. And these are the words of Yiseka'yah, right? Said, if you want to be. Now, of course, you can take this in an individual perspective, that if you as an individual want to be a leader, learn to serve. That's right. But it's also, if it counts for an individual, it also counts for the collective, for a nation. Yes? So we as Negroes, the Bantu Negro, we have served the entire world. Until today, we're serving the world. But we have entered into a new season. Things are changing. All the cosmic powers have turned back to the Bena Congo. And the prophecies, the ancient prophecies, are coming to pass. The prophecy that said, before the great judgment of the Tanzambe can come upon the nations, yes, I will pour out my spirit unto who? The Benabeto, Banabilaka, to awaken them from the sleep. And I will send the spirit of Elijah, yes, to what? To do what? To turn the hearts of the fathers, ancestors, to turn the hearts of the fathers, ancestors, to the children, and the hearts of the children to the ancestors, to the fathers. You understand? Now many people around the globe are experiencing visions, visitations, were spirits of the divine, angelic spirits, holy ancestors. Angelic beings are appearing to them, yes, revealing to them hidden secrets. What the powers that be, those who rule the world, have kept secret for everyone. You will think that the Bena Congo are deceived? No, think again. The whole world is deceived. Okay? The whole freaking world is deceived by these people who are ruling the world today. And one day, people will be shocked. The entire world will be shocked as they cannot deny the truth that will be presented. Yes, the undeniable truth. They will be shocked. And that's when they will bow down at the feet of a Bantu and kiss the dust of the feet and say, "Oh, you are the sons of the living Elimu. Bozabananzambi." Hallelujah. You understand? You understand? Now, it's not for our elevation, but it's the turning of the times. Yes, it's not for us to boast and to be proudful, to say, "Yes, bow down for me, Katiopa, kiss the dust of my feet." No, no, no. That's not the message. The message is their time is up. Yes, and we, Bena Congo, we need to humble ourselves in fasting and prayer. Yes, and to ask forgiveness for our foolishness, for our own sins, to pray for reconciliation and to work out that reconciliation with Tatanzamba and Pomutulendo and the holy ones. Okay, and the holy ones. That's it. Hallelujah. Now let me tell you about this vision I had a year ago. In this vision, I saw the world, the globe, right? I saw the world. I was like high in the sky and I was just watching down, and observing from different point of views, perspectives. The first, I found myself on the earth, and then I found myself above the earth, looking down. As I looked down upon the earth, yes, the entire earth was like totally, wrapped up in this thick darkness, living darkness, which the darkness was moving, living darkness. The entire earth was wrapped in that darkness, totally, just consumed by that darkness. And from that high point of view, I went down to the earth, and now looking up. And as I looked up, I saw this huge boil, right? Full of water, clean water, holy water, pure water. And this huge hand was holding it, holding the boil. And then when he started pouring out that water upon the earth, that water, as it was coming down, falling, as it hit the earth, I saw one particular individual. Yes, I saw one particular individual that received the water. And as the water fell over him, it cleansed him. It cleansed that individual. Yes. And the darkness completely fled away from him. Just, it fled from him. And he became cleansed, he became pure, sanctified. And as he was sanctified by that water, washed by that water, his complete appearance changed. Yes, his complete appearance changed. He began to emanate light I can actually say that he became a light being, a being of pure light. Hey, my goodness, on the earth. I'm not talking about, going to heaven, no. On the earth. Do you remember the transfiguration of Jesus in the Bible? Yiseka'yah? He became, he transfigurated. Yes, and he became a being of light on the earth. This individual. Yes, incredible. Now, the world was still, totally filled with this thick darkness. Yes, totally filled with this thick darkness. But this individual, now remember, this vision is a year ago. It's from a year ago, and I did make a video entitled, it was entitled The Waters from Heaven. And so you can go and watch that video. And then I go into depth, yes, the waters of heaven. Go and watch it. After this, of course. So this individual now became a living light in the midst of a world engulfed in darkness. Yes. As he began to interact with other people, and as people came into his proximity, in his circle, yes, into his circle, they were cleansed by his light. Eh? They were cleansed by his light, and the darkness left them, and they transfigurated and also became beings of light. And this phenomenon continued, it continued and continued until the entire world was filled with these beings of light, and the darkness disappeared. Remember the prophecy that says that the whole world will be filled with the knowledge of Nzambe Mpomutulendo, with the knowledge of Congo. That knowledge is light. That knowledge is the living water. That knowledge is transformation. Yes. The entire world will be filled with the knowledge of Congo. Congo is life. Congo is truth. Congo is light. Hallelujah. Kembo, 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 Kembo. Natatanzambia Mazulu. So Katiopa is rising, and no power in the world, no cosmic power, no political power, no economical power, no demonic power, no power in the world can stop the rising of Katiopa. Ingeta. Hallelujah. I am Nabi Kefas, and I approve this prophecy. Kembu. Now, Katyopa is all of Congo. Okay? It's the whole of Congo. It's the whole of Congo. The whole sub-Saharan Africa was in ancient times known as Congo. Katyopa. It's Katyopa, which the Hebrews, the so-called Hebrews, called Cush. Okay? And the Greek called Ethiopia. And in Arabic, it is called Sudan. Yes, you heard me right. Sudan, the word Sudan is the equivalent of the Greek Ethiopia and the Hebrew Cush. You see, as these people were conquering the territory of our ancestors, the Nile Valley. Okay, it's the territory of our ancestors. It's our place. The Nile Valley, as they were coming in, conquering, entering into the land of the blacks, the Benabeto. They were trying to rename those places. Okay, trying to rename those places, as they consider it the land of the gods. So as they were coming in, they thought to, to appropriate it for themselves. So they renamed it. They gave it their names to appropriate it into their own cultures. So they called Katiopa Kush. They called it Ethiopia. They called it Sudan, which are all the same. They all have the same definition. Kush means black. Ethiopia means black, burnt face. Yes. Sudan means the land of the black. The same definitions. So we lived in the Nile valleys and the great lakes in the east of Congo. Yes, in the east, the northeast of Congo. We lived there, along the Nile valleys. We had great civilizations there. And it is in that region that the scientists, the anthropologists, archaeologists, that they found what? The oldest human bone. The oldest human bone was found in that region. And according to many, the first great civilizations, yes, no one can deny this fact. The first great civilizations started amongst the Nile Valley, and guess what? We were there. Our ancestors were there. We were not only there, we had kingdoms there. Kingdoms. Okay? Kingdom. We ruled from the Nile valleys. So, our spirituality, the Bantu spirituality, inspired all the other spiritualities and religions in the world. Okay? In the world. Because spirituality was found among the Bantu by the Nile River. As the Katyopa came, as the Greeks came, the Romans came, when the French came and the British came, hey, all that history which they documented and made false reports, they tried to, falsify everything to hide the truth. All that is Bantu. All that is from our ancestors. You can believe it, you can deny it, you can fight it. It's a fact. What the Most High reveals, no one can fight against it. It's like that. Hallelujah. It's like that. And the historians know it. They know it, but they lie. They know. The language of the Nile Valley was Kiswahili, Kikongo. Yes, it was Bantu. The language, let me go deeper. The language, let me offend some people. The language which the ancient Egyptians spoke was Bantu. Bantu. Yes. Proof is on the walls of Egypt. It is written in stone that no one can erase, no one can deny, no one can fight against it. It is written in stone, Bantu, in the Hebrew in the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Hallelujah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It is written in stone, no one can deny, Bantu, Batu, Bantu, Muntu, Ntu. No one can deny. We ruled along the Nile River. We had kingdoms along the Nile River. And the language of that region was a Bantu languages. Swahili, Kikongo. Hallelujah. Swahili, Kikongo. Swahili, Kikongo. Hallelujah. Kembu, Kembu, Kembu. Like the video, share, tell people we're live. Invite some people to come in to join us. Okay. So the civilization that the Katyopa and Bantu till today are fascinated about. They cannot wrap their head around it. Is what? The Nile Valley civilizations. You see? Bantu. They're fascinated about the Bantu. What we have done. What we have, accomplished. That's why they came with this plan to destroy you, Benabeto. Yes? To put you in perpetual slavery. To remove you from that connection with the Nile Valley civilizations. So you will have no history. And they tell you for that purpose, your only history started when we came. So your history starts with enslavement and colonization. They don't want you to connect your history with the Nile Valley civilizations. Because they know you came from that area. They know you are the original, ruler, the original doctor, the original, builders of the world. So they had to hide and falsify history and tell you, no. You, Bantu, you migrated from, the west, from the Niger. You did not come from the east. False migration story, telling you that you came from the west, from the Nigers. No, we came from the east, from the Nile River civilization, from Egypt. Hallelujah. From the kingdom of Nubia, Kush, from the city of Meru, Napata. We came from all those regions. It was ours. We ruled there. We strived there. We built greatness there. So they say, no, Bantu, no, Negro. No. You came from the west, from the Niger. You see? And that is how they falsify history, how they corrupt everything just to hide who the Bantu are, who the people are. You understand? They don't want to admit. King Leopold gave a good advice to his missionaries, who can also be called, mercenaries. He gave them good advice when he said, just accept it. These Negroes, they know God already. You are not going there to teach them anything. Just accept it, man. Some good advice from a, terrible king, terrible person. But he gave them some good advice. Just accept it. Accept the fact. Put your ego aside, man. These niggas know God. Just go there to confuse them. Just go there to confuse them, to lie, yes, to manipulate, to hypnotize them. That's your purpose. Now go. And as they came into Congo, they came into the kingdom of Congo. They did exact that, manipulating, lying, yes, and pushing you away from the truth, away from your power, killing the elders, persecuting the kings and the princes and the chiefs, yes, and educating the children. What education is that? European colonial education. That's no education. That's no education. It's brainwashing. Yes. Call it by what it is. It's brainwashing. That was no education. Hallelujah. So, till today, many of us think that the ancient Egyptian looked like those people you see in Hollywood movies when they play the role of Egyptians, right? It's a propaganda. It's a demonic lie. The ancient Egyptians were black, and we for a while ruled Egypt, the Bantu. Yes, we ruled Egypt. We ruled also in the south of Egypt, along the Nile River. We established great kingdom, like the kingdom of Nubia and Meru, the city of Meru and Apata, and all those regions. We live there, and that's why they don't want to connect. No European historian who knew the truth wanted to tell the truth. So they created a myth, removing the Bantu migration from the location of the east and they place it in the west. Foolishness. Until today, many people call themselves scholars, black Negro people. They will try to tell you, no, the Bantu came from the Niger. It's Katiopa lies. False. False. I've spoken with a few elders and I heard their stories. None of them ever said that we migrated down from the west. My uncle, my father, and many others, King Bugame III, yes, Jospin Loanga, many others will tell you the truth, the old tradition of our ancestors. We came down from Northeast Africa. That's it. Not from the West. You see? So, what was shall be again. As we go in circle. Yes. When you go into a circle, you will end up where you started. You understand? When you go in a circle, you end up where you started. So we are going full circle. The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. We are going full circle. We are going back to our position. We are going back to our power. We are going back to being the head and not the tail. To being the light. Peace in the world and global prosperity. Listen what I'm saying. Peace in the world and global prosperity can only come when the Bantu once again has become the head and not the tail. Yes? When we have been restored into our spiritual power, political power, and scientific power. Yes, when we have been restored in those three fundamental powers: the spiritual power, political power, and scientific power. In that order. Yes, in that order: spiritual power, political power, and scientific power. And you see this move happening already on the planet. It's already taking place. We have the spiritual awakening blazing all over the world. Yes, wherever Bantu is found, people are waking up spiritually. We are waking up. Great men are waking up. Great women are waking up. Now it's also affecting the political sphere. See? Also in the political sphere, people are rising. Yes? Their voice are being heard now. They're not afraid anymore to speak and to impose the colonial powers that are still oppressing African nations. Still exploiting African nations. Yeah, still patronizing African nations, which they colonized. But people are rising up right now. They're rising up, you see. So the spiritual awakening ignites the political manifestations, and that will give room to the scientific movement. Hallelujah. Kembo, Kembo na yo. Kembo, Kembo na yo. Kembo, Kembo na yo. Kembo, Kembo na yo. Nalingi na mona Kembo na yo. Hallelujah. May his glory be seen. May his glory be seen. The glory of Tatanzambia Pongotulendo. Mumbalo, Pinanza, and the Great Spirit Congo, and the holy ancestors. Hallelujah. We have entered time where Katyopa is rising and no power can stop it. No political power, no cosmic power, no power of man, no demonic power. There is no power in the world that can stop the rise of Katiopa. Now remember, Katiopa is Congo. Okay, it's the whole kingdom of Congo, the entirety of Congo. Yes, all sub-Saharan Africa is originally Bantu territory, and all that, all those places where the leopard is found is called Congo. Yes, all of that, Congo. And in the word Katiopa, you have the word Kati, Kati, which means the middle or the center. Yes, the middle or the center. So Katyopa is the center of the world. That's why in ancient times, the whole world came into the Nile Valley civilization to receive education, yes, to be taught, to be, to learn civilization, to learn a lot of stuff, yes, and they came to trade. The Bantu people are very artistic. Yes, so we know how to make beautiful artistic stuff. We know. You see it all over the world. All the beautiful monuments in the world, ancient monuments in the world, all of them were created by blacks. By blacks. The Katiopa will say, no, that's not true. As Trump will say, fake news. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Yes, one of the greatest folklorists, yes, do you say like that? Folklorist of ancient Egypt. They nicknamed him Ethiop, and he was a Bantu. He was a Bantu. Yeah. And one of the greatest music composer, Beethoven, was a Negro. Yes, he was a Negro. We know that Hannibal was a Negro, but even that people will fight, you know. People will say, no, he was not, he was white. Hannibal was a Negro. History Channel will tell you that. Just go and watch History Channel. They have a whole, you know, series on Hannibal. And they tell you, yes, sorry white people, Hannibal was white, or for sorry, he was black. Sorry to disappoint you, but even that people will fight. They don't want you, Negro, to have your proper place in history. Yes? To mean something in history. They don't want you. Why? Because if they, the powers that be, if they recognize your history and your place in history significantly, they lose the white supremacy, you know, everything that they have set up, telling the whole world that civilization came from the whites. It did not come from the whites. Nowhere in history have we ever seen a civilized Europe, civilized Katyopa. It does not exist. It does not exist. The truth is, civilization started in Africa. Okay? Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, you cannot deny the fact. You cannot deny the truth. You cannot deny what Atanzambe has revealed. Alright? And to go deeper, you know, to really hurt some people's feeling. Oh my goodness. No, let me keep you all as friends, okay? Let us remain friends. I will not hurt your feelings, so I will not say that for now. For now. For now. Okay? Yes, so you need to understand that civilization started in Africa amongst our ancestors, amongst our Bantu ancestors. Yes, there were no whites. No whites. We go back 6,000 years back. Yes, we are the original Homo sapien. We are the original man, Muntu. Life started with us. Civilization started with us. We were the first to work iron, to work gold, to mine for gold, you know, to build magnificent structures, to build housing, streets, educational systems, etc. Civilization. We were the people who started all of that. Where? Not in summer, yes, of Shine'ar, the biblical Shine'ar, which is summer, no, the Nile Valley. The civilization that, you know, everything that we had there. When the Greek came, they studied under our ancestors. Okay? They came, and they came very humbly, humbly. People like Herodotus and all his masters and you know, his colleagues, they all came, like people like Plato, they all studied in Egypt. Egypt. And they learned some secrets, you know, they learned mathematics, they learned astrology, you know, They learned a lot of things. Pigateras, he also studied where? In Egypt. You know, in Egypt. Now, eventually, when the Greek conquered, you know, Egypt, they did not honor the teachers. They conquered them, and Alexander the Katiopa, not Alexander the Great, but Alexander the Katiopa, built a city, established a city in Egypt, called it Alexandria. Later, the Romans come. They take position in Egypt, right? And later, the French come with Napoleon. Napoleon is shocked, seeing all the black monuments, all the black, you know, majestic monuments. He's in shock. He says, "My goodness, sacre bleu!" He's in totally shock. So he started shooting noses, you know, ears, and destroying all those monuments and sphinx, etc., because he could not handle the truth. He could not. And that is what they have till today, that spirit till today. And when the British came in to study the ancient Egyptian culture and the hieroglyphs, they started to falsify history and to tell people a lie, trying to write themselves into the history of Egypt. Katyopa. Because Egypt was under the influence of Katyopa, you know. Our ancestors were there. We built Egypt. We were there. Hallelujah. So what was shall be again. And when you draw a circle, you have a starting point. Yes? That is your genesis. Your starting point is your genesis. So from that starting point, what we call genesis, or the alpha point, you go and create the circle until you end up at that starting point, the alpha or the genesis. You understand? Now, that is the prophetic cycle. What the Bible calls, what was shall be again, what was done shall be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. The first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. We are going back to how things were. We are going back to its original order. And in the original order, Bantu is the head. He's the leader. He's not the tail. He's the head. And by the reign of Bantu, there will be peace, tranquility, prosperity for all nations. Do you understand? For all nations. Now, if we are going back to the original, yes, if we are going back to the original point, how everything was, then we must find Katiopa in the beginning, right? In the Genesis. We must find Katiopa there. Because whatever is in the Genesis will also be at the end days, when this world, this present world, comes to its conclusion. Yes, with many call the end days or Armageddon. It's not the end of the world. It's the end of this era. Yes, where Esau is ruling. That's the end of Esau's reign. That is called the end of the world. It's not the end of our world. It's the beginning. Yes, it's the beginning. It's the beginning of our restoration. So the end of the world is actually the end of the era of reign of Esau. That is what is called the end of the world. Yes, because the righteous will inherit the earth. The righteous will inherit the earth. So if we are going back full circle, can we find Katiopa in the beginning of everything? In the Genesis? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Like Barack Obama said, yes, we can. It is there. You just go to Genesis 2, and you will see there Cush, or in some translations, Ethiopia, mentioned as the land of creation. Yes, Ethiopia in the Greek, Cush in the Hebrew, Sudan in the Arabic language. It is there. Katyopa, Cush, is mentioned there in Genesis 2 as the land of creation, where the gold is found. Hallelujah. Kembu, 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 Kembu. Natatanzambia Mansulu. So Katyopa is rising. No secret will remain hidden. The Spirit of the Most High and the angelics will reveal all things. And as we receive the revelations, we will proclaim the truth for everyone to hear, and for the Benabeto to wake up from the sleep and to come out of that hypnosis called the Abrahamic religions: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. You need to come out of it. Now, I know many brothers right now will say, "Now be careful, you have lost your mind." If we come out of Christianity, we go straight to hell, man. You want to go to hell? You want to burn forever? Who told you that you will burn forever? When you come out of Christianity and follow the truth of your ancestors who built the ancient civilizations, who taught the Grecians and the Romans spirituality, which they used, manipulated, transmutated to make their false religions, and use those religions to conquer your ancestors. You see the foolishness there? Yeah? They were taught generations later, as they have manipulated, created all kinds of manuscripts, manipulated the original spirituality of our ancestors. Now they come, enslave your ass, and push their religions to your throat, killing you, hanging you, burning you, raping you, enslaving you, and you hold on to their religions tighter than a baby who is sucking his mother's breast. Huh? Man, we lost our mind. We have lost our mind. That's why I say you need to come out of that hypnosis. You're stuck, man. You're stuck. Now, who is revealing all these things to us? No? Who is revealing the secrets which the Katyopa did so their best to keep it hidden? Who is revealing all this? The spirit of Tatanzali. and the holy ancestors. Okay? The Spirit of the Most High and the holy ancestors. They are revealing this. Do you understand? They are revealing all this. That's my experience, and that's the experience of many others who are coming out with this truth. Hallelujah. We're not joking around. Hallelujah. It is what it is. You believe it, you either believe it or you reject it. But it is what it is, people. Hallelujah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hallelujah. Oh, precious people of the Most High, let us awake from the slumber. Let us rise from the dust. It's time. Katyopa is rising, and no power, no spirit, no cosmic entity, no demonic power will be able to stop it. It is our time. Let us wake up and let us believe the prophets who are speaking. Like it is written, in the last days, I will give you shepherds after my own heart, who will do what? Who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. That knowledge is the truth. That knowledge is the light. That knowledge will set you free. Ingeta. I am Nabi Kefas, and I approve this message. May Congo reign. Kembo. Natatan Zambia Manzulu. See you next time.